All right, pedestrians, it's Sunday, March 9th. Most of these have been in the soil for about a month. February 2nd, a little over a month. And some of them been in there since January. But anyways, I have that info on previous videos. So the blue tag ones are the first initial ones that I planted. And then these that have the numbers on them, so there's the 796, that's the Fig Hunters. And this one, the Figo Roxo, I really hope it survives. But anyways, these are planted in February. So I have a mix of some that have grown really well and some that have not grown very well. Some of these are what I just up potted yesterday because these were fig pop and they were starting to grow underneath the plastic instead of over the plastic. So they were growing deep, which again is fine, but I figured I would up pot them and see if I could get some viability from them. But a lot of these just seem to be going kaput. Most of the fig pops have died, and you can see that it looks like there's a little bit of rot. It is stable though. I mean, it's wiggly, but I'm not able to pull it out when I'm tugging on it. So some of these are looking really good, some of them not so much. So it seems like I'm about 50-50. I really hope most of these survive. And I haven't noticed much of a difference between the ones that I put the plastic over to let it grow. I mean, I have some fig gnat issues that are coming across here and some that still have not grown. I mean, it's been green there for a very long time, but just has not grown yet. In the back here, there's a little bit of growth. So I found that just because they have that green growth and because they start doesn't mean that they're actually going to grow. A lot of them do this die-off thing. And like this one might be toast, but when I do a scratch test, you can see I've done a scratch test. It's still alive and viable. Here I have, these two are the same variety. I forgot what they are, but this one is on its way out and this one is starting to take off. So, and that's from the same cutting. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't understand why some of these work and some of them don't. But fig pop, here's my quick little summary for being a month in. The fig pop method, you can see over there, those are dead varieties. And then I have other varieties that have done well. So here's another fig pop. Here's a yellow long neck. It's still green, still holding on. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to up pot it, but I look at it and there's not very much root development. So I'm gonna go over here and pick one of these. And I'm gonna open it up and we're gonna take a look. So here is an Olympian. I have an Olympian that is in the ground and it's starting to leaf out, but you can see there's a little bit of root that's going on there, but it's brown. So I think it's basically toast. I have nothing to lose by opening this up and checking it out. So hold on, I'm gonna get a knife and cut it open. Now, just to give you a summary, this fig pop, the moisture content level was awesome. It wasn't too wet. I saw that it was really drying out towards the bottom. And so I did a little bit of watering carefully along the edges, not very much, but you can see here that even if I take this and squish it together, it's holding its shape, but it's not ultra wet. So oh yeah, that's so wiggly. Not good. Yeah, there's like no roots that are attached to this thing. Hey, I don't know, is this stuff reusable? I would assume so because it's inert, but yeah, no growth on the roots. So that is one reason why it's toast. So it's almost like, why even have this in the bag anymore? And oh my gosh, yeah, that totally just slipped right off. All right, so too much moisture, I guess. That's what people keep telling me, is that there's too much moisture if it sloughs off like that, which is kind of sucky. All right, but the soil looks pretty good. There were some of those dead roots that came off to the side, so sometimes I guess I'm gonna chalk it up as a failure. And hopefully it's not gonna be the same with these, but when I up pot these, I water around the outside. I'm not watering towards the center because I don't want the water to soak in there. On these, some of these have not been doing very good. I have been bottom watering, and I don't know, I think that they start to grow and things are good, and then all of a sudden they just stop. So just chalk it up as a failure for the majority of these, which is really sucky. Does it matter if it's covered with the paraffin or not? I don't know. So here I have paraffin and it has died. There I have paraffin and it looks like there's some mold on it, so that one might be toast. But those two have paraffin and they're growing great, and this one doesn't have paraffin and it's starting to grow. It took a long time for it to grow. So some that are covered, some that are not. I just don't know what to do. I made a spreadsheet on which ones that I used for when I scored the bottom, if I just planted them directly into the ground, if I used rooting hormone, what type of rooting hormone I used. So I will make a summary video of all of these and kind of give the numbers based off of what I found to be successful and what was not successful. Here are some other guys that I up potted, some other figs. This one's not doing so hot. This is from the Fig Hunter. I think I need to up pot it again because it's just starting to limp and die, and I'm so gun shy with overwatering these. This one too, this one is a black unknown. I don't know if it is toast and dead. This is my Pastelier unknown. When I up potted it, it just started dying. But the soil, I mean, if I move that to the side, that is relatively moist. I did just water it yesterday, but maybe I need to cut back on the watering. This is a Smith fig, and I just up potted it, and it's doing great. So some do well with the up potting, some do not do well with the up potting. All right, I'm gonna go to the next portion. It's in here with the chickens. Hey girls, how you doing? Okay, they're nice and happy. All right, here's the other part of the experiment. These I got from Figaholics, and I only got I think 8 or 9 cuttings, and I was able to cut them in half and put them in here. It looks like a little bit of mold is starting right in there. But these have been in this container for, maybe a week. No, yeah, it's basically been a week. So these potted ones, I'm doing the same thing that the Profig guy talks about. Brian, I think it's Brian. And you just take the plastic and put it around the fig, and then when it starts to show any green growth, and it's rooted, and he says you can tell it's rooted by pulling up on it. If you pull up on it and it's firm in there, then it is good enough to be able to open up and expose. So you can open up and expose it. Now I'm keeping this in a separate area compared to the other figs because the other figs have fig gnats. And these I don't want fig gnats because I don't want that as a possibility of killing these fig varieties. So this is more of a closed experiment. I do have some fig pops. These are from a fig. I don't know what variety it is. It's in downtown St. George, and I just called them the 100 South because on 100 South is where I got the cuttings from. It's kind of I think it would be more of a honey fig. And the figs were pretty good, but if you look over to the side here, these were potted in the 24th of February. There's a little bit of green there growing, but not much in terms of the roots. And this medium had a lot less coco coir in it, more rice hulls and perlite and vermiculite in it. So it's more grainy. I'm interested to know if this mixture is going to do better or not, but it's on a heating mat down there, and some of them are on the heating mat and some of them are not. But so those are the fig pops that I got as a total experiment from the 100 South fig tree. I'll figure out what variety it is because I don't want to name it something funky just because I don't know what it is. I figure I can figure out what it is through experimentation. But the rest of them, I'm going to leave them in here covered like this until maybe 3 weeks from now. I'll open up the plastic, let them air out a little bit, and then I'm going to do some bottom watering. So I'm going to remove the heat mat and put it underneath the bottom of this container and warm up the water, and I'm going to have the water about an inch down. Now, the other thing that I did with these figs in these 4x4x9 tree pots is I just planted them about halfway down. So if I do bottom water, the bottom water in theory should soak up but not get all the way up to the cutting and rot the cutting. And that's what I'm hoping for. I've seen other people do it and they've had success. I just need to figure this stuff out. So I think that's the problem with the other figs, is that when I bottom water it, I must have put the tree branch all the way down to the very bottom of the pot. And that makes it a problem because then when it soaks up the water, it's going to root the cutting because the water will percolate up through the fig cutting and take it out with style. The outdoor figs are doing really good too. Just in terms of an update, they are starting to leaf out. Most of them are starting to leaf out. There are a couple that are not. I'll just go out and show you really quick. All right, here are my outdoor figs. Not much growth on this one, the Ego Onyx. Here's the Strawberry Verte. Look at that growth. Morning Star, yeah baby, good growth there. Here's the Mary Lane. Not much growth on it. There's a little bit of green. There we go. This is Cadota, and the Cadota doesn't have much green on it. Maybe it's just a late bloomer. And here's a Black Unknown. Again, I don't know what variety this is. I figure I will wait until it starts to fruit and taste the fruit and see what variety it is. I got this from a gentleman in Las Vegas. Here is the Violet's Delight from the Fig Hunter. Some growth there. There's also some growth that's coming off to the side here. I did scratch the surface and it is green, so it's still alive. And here's a Panache Tiger. Look at the Panache Tiger. Yeah, come on, focus. There we go. Panache Tiger is growing. And then here I have a hardy fig. Look at this hardy fig. Yeah, baby, love it. And there are 2 cuttings from the hardy fig that I just planted in the ground. We'll see if it works out. There's another hardy fig. It has stunted its growth, so maybe it'll work out. Here is the Celeste. I think it's a Celeste. We'll figure it out. But I also got this from the gentleman in Vegas. And then some other starts that are a total experiment. We'll see if they even go. Some gummies, and then a couple of different grapevines. All right, there's the update for the figs. Week 6 or 7 or 8, I'm not sure what week it is right now, but it's a lot. And I need to figure out what to do with these citrus trees because I leave them out here and holy cow, we got some wind, like 20-mile-an-hour winds, destroyed these citrus trees. I mean, the leaves are just like falling off because the wind. I'm thinking it will strengthen them, but it really doesn't. It just destroys them. Here's my other citrus. Look, so fruit there. But again, maybe I need to construct a greenhouse so that they don't get wind whipped because how are they able to do this in California and grow these things? with all the winds that they get there. I just don't understand it. Or high wind areas in Phoenix. So I don't know. I just don't understand it, but maybe I'll figure it out eventually. All right. And thank you for watching. And if you have any information that you'd like to share to help me with these fig cuttings, I would love it. Totally appreciate it. I am open to ideas and experimentation and good theories. Thank you and have a great day.